a Scotsman living in Italy took you down more of an espresso man?
Well, it's the morning. You only have cappuccino in the morning.
Espresso later on.
Espresso later on. Yeah, you shouldn't have cappuccino after like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
That's the rule.
It's a rule in
That's
Italy?
the rule. Yeah, like it's weird to have cappuccino in the afternoon or in the evening, for example.
Right, speaking of Italian, Juventus, you think that they are the much better team on paper? I say much better.
Slightly better.
Tell me why.
I just think for me they're complete. To find a weakness in the team, I think, is really difficult. You've got obviously Higuain, who's just banging in the goals like he did last season. They've got Dybala, who's kind of grown this season as a player for Juve. You can go through the team. You've got obviously the great defence of
the incredible
Chile, Chiellini, Dani Alves has came in, and everybody. Well, Barcelona, for what I don't know what they were thinking. He was finished, obviously not. And then Buffon and goal. They've literally got everything that you could want in a team, and to find a weakness is difficult.
It is the perfect team, but did we say this, a few years back, when they got beat in the Champions League final?
They came up against a Barcelona team that was essentially at the peak of its power, a team that was so good, and they couldn't live with them that night. They were outplayed, and Barcelona would deserve to win. This time, Chiellini's there, Bonucci's there. They've got all the big guns there, so there's more of an air of confidence with this team than there was back then. Back then, they were clear underdogs. This time, I think they're favourites. I think they're favourites. The bookies don't agree with me.
Yeah.
And I would say some Juve fans would say that there's much more hope and optimism in this final than there was in Berlin in 2015.
Let's look at Real Madrid and let's show me where their weaknesses are compared to this Juventus side.
For me, I think the weakness for me, the biggest one, if you want to compare the two teams, is defensively. I think Real Madrid have a defence that can be gotten at. Sergio Ramos, okay, he's fantastic. But then, who's his partner? Is it Varane? Is it Nacho? Is Pepe going to start? And then you've got Keylor Navas, the goalkeeper, who's had basically questions asked of him all season.
Compared to Buffon?
Compared to Buffon.
He looks average, doesn't he?
Yeah, Buffon's Buffon. Buffon, for me, he's the best goalkeeper I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's going to go down as one of the greatest ever.
I know, you said shaky defence at times. I mean, it's at times, because it's Real Madrid, isn't it? But we need to point weaknesses out. I mean, where do you think Real Madrid can poke holes at this Juventus side? What would you do? You have the Real Madrid squad. I'll give you, go on, you're Zidane. You can tell me how you're going to play.
Right, well, this is a new kind of career move for me, but I think one of the things, watching Juve for the last 5-6 years, one of the things I think they've never really done well is when they get pressurised. Barcelona did it in the 2015 final. Then I think you can poke holes in the defence, because there are occasions where they maybe get a bit flustered.
Hassle them, completely hassle them.
Yeah, completely, like high pressing game, get on them straight away.
That's what my Sunday league coach used to say to me, and you end up tired after 5 minutes.
yeah, well that's the thing, is that if they can do that and keep it up, then yeah, certainly they can get at them. But they've got Ronaldo.
You reckon Isco will? You've probably given the biggest hint, hasn't he, Zidane, that Isco's going to start with Gareth Bale on the bench. What would you do? I
think that would be the smart move, because Isco, this season when Isco's came in place of whoever it may be, he's always performed more or less every single time. And I think that for Gareth Bale, who has been injured a lot, and when he has played, he's maybe not been at the peak of his powers. For him to come in place of a guy who's done so well, I think that would maybe kind of turn Isco's nose a little bit. Maybe I don't think he'd like that very much, even though the final is in Cardiff.
Well, let's talk about that now. I mean, is there a chance that the final's in Cardiff, Real Madrid win the Champions League, and Gareth Bale doesn't get on the pitch? Isn't it Zidane that kind of guy? I
think if he needs to do it, I think he would do it, and he has the personality and the backing of that personality to do it.
Well, if they won as well, no one's going to say anything except for the people of Cardiff.
Apart from Gareth Bale, maybe he would be a bit annoyed, I can imagine. But even imagine the scenario if Juventus are 1-0 up. Do you bring Gareth Bale on? If it does come on, he scores a winner. Great, fantastic. Do you risk it if, say, Real Madrid are 1-0 up and Juventus are kind of going at them? What do you do?
And if it wasn't Gareth Bale, if it was any other player, we might not see him in the squad, would we?
Maybe not.
I mean, he hasn't played in, 6-7 weeks now. Let me put you on the spot now. We're going to wrap this up. You know this is coming, don't you? Give us a scoreline first, and then we'll ask you goal scorers as well.
Right, okay.
If you get this one completely right with the goal scorer, we'll buy you coffee for the rest of the year. There you go.
You're too kind.
Espressos and cappuccinos a lot.
I think it'll be low scoring, and it'll be one of the ex-Real Madrid players who score. Higuain or Khedira. Higuain would be the obvious one because he's got a reputation for bottling the big games. This is the reason they bought Higuain. They paid €90 million for this reason.
Thanks for chatting to us, mate.
Nice one.